Lauren and Gleb. That was former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer and his current dancing partner, Jenna Johnson, being eliminated from Dancing with the Stars on Monday night. And joining us now live is ETonline's Desiree Murphy and Jenna and Sean Spicer. Welcome to the show, you guys. Glad to have you here. How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
Actually pretty relaxed and, it's mixed. A little disappointed. I had a great time, a great run, but this is the point in the competition where we let the really good people go on.
So I enjoyed watching you on the show. You have a nice ease to your dancing style with both Lindsay and
Wish you were a judge. I mean, that's a nice thing.
I was like, Sean, stick it. No, but it was good to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and Jenna, for you, I mean, twice now eliminated, the only one. What's it like having that title?
I think I hold that title now. No, it was, listen, Lindsay's my best friend, and I would have stepped in for her no matter what. And I'm really grateful I got to share 2 weeks with Sean. We had a great time. And just from the outside and then being able to get into the rehearsal studio with him, he loved the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was awesome for me to watch. And someone like him who really grasps it and embraced the whole concept of Dancing with the Stars, as a pro and someone a part of the show, I just felt so proud that he loved it so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was great.
And I know you and Lindsay are such close friends. So the fans know that as well. Were you able to have a longer conversation with her after the elimination last night?
Absolutely. And we spoke last night.
Talked to her right on stage.
Yeah, we did. I called her immediately, and we spoke this morning. She is so proud of Sean. And I know that she was a little heartbroken that she couldn't be there with him. But so proud, and I think definitely Lindsay got him all the way up to this point for sure. I just stepped in there, but I think she did. Yeah. She's incredible choreographer, teacher, creator, and dancer.
How's she doing?
She's good. She's doing really well. But I think this is a perfect time for her to be at home with me.
Right, absolutely. Sean, when you were approached to do Dancing with the Stars, look, America wants to know too. Okay?
They do.
Thoughts? What was the first thought that came to your head, and why did you decide to do it?
First thought was no.
What?
I was approached when I first left the White House, and I turned it down. It was a timing issue. It wasn't really fitting with a lot of the opportunities that I gotten right off the bat. And frankly, the show was going to start real quick, and I couldn't. And then I had continued the conversation with one of the executives on the show, and we started it in earnest again at the beginning of the year. And I thought to myself, when are you going to get an opportunity to do something like this again? It's completely out of my wheelhouse. And I'd really gotten sold on this concept of the show being a family and doing something that I might enjoy, get to be around a bunch of people that I'd get to know and grow with. And I'll be honest with you, it exceeded every one of my expectations. And the hardest part about going home is knowing that you're not going to see the people every day. I mean, you're spending 4 or 5 hours with Jenna, with Lindsay, and you grow with them. The upside is that the finale's in like 8 days, so I get to go home.
Anywhere.
I get to go home, celebrate my anniversary with my wife, and then fly back out.
So, finale, because the fans want to know, Sean, can you tease anything about what you're going to come back with for your swan song for the finale?
I don't know. I will tell you that, next week, the fans are missing out on a good costume that was coming their way.
Tell us
It was a long par with week one. How's that?
Okay.
But we saved the viewers from having to see that.
Maybe finale we'll do like a trio, you, me, and Lindsay.
There you go.
Can I get in on that?
I like that.
I can be the background dancers. Yeah, I have a strong triple pirouette. I can come through.
I don't have a strong anything.
Well, I love that you brought up the friendships because that's a big thing. Everyone talks about the Dancing with the Stars family.
Yeah.
Who did you become close with other than Jenna and Lindsay? We know you had some conversations with
Karamo, Allie. You have conversations with everybody. James Vanderbeek gave me acting lessons, and I'm kidding, but there were a couple times when he was saying, hey, Sean, when you go out there, make sure that the camera, and it was those things. I mean, Lauren and I had a ton of conversations. There's not a person that you don't, and it's not just the other cast members, it's the pros. It's the crew who you're sitting around with and you're having these conversations about life and their families and what's going on. It's the people who mic you up, who do your makeup. It's everyone on that show is bought in on wanting to be there and enjoying the experience and making it great for everybody. I mean, literally down to the assistants who are on the show, the people who hand out the tickets. Everybody wants to be there and make it such a pleasant experience for everybody who's there.
I love that. Sean, it's no secret that you are a polarizing figure here in the United States of America. It's absolutely true. Hey, no. But here's the beauty though. Do you think that being on Dancing with the Stars may have won people over who have misunderstood who you are as a man?
The way I look at it is this. In my previous job, I stood at a podium and yelled at people a lot. I looked like an angry leprechaun. And so to the extent that was a very one-dimensional look at who I am.
Sure.
And I think to the extent that you got to see more, if you saw it and thought, wow, I didn't know that before, or I like that more, then great. I'm the same person I was when I started the show. But to the extent that people might have gotten to see more of who I am as a person and what I believe in and the things that I care about, then that's great.
I would absolutely agree with that because that was one of the most compelling things about watching you dance with Jenna, watching you dance with Lindsay, and then your story with your wife and the touching moments is that, wow, Sean Spicer is multi-layered. You are multifaceted. You're not monolithic. You're not homogenous. You are full. There's so much more to you. So.
Well, and I appreciate the comment, and I think part of what we're missing a lot in society today is exactly that view. We pin somebody, not just me, but a lot of people, with a particular view because we've seen them in one way and we say, okay, they're a bad person, they're a good person. And I think we all have a lot to offer.
Sure.
And part of it is that we're making these snap judgments in a lot of cases based on what somebody says or someone believes or someone supports and saying, okay, well, they're good or bad based on that, as opposed to saying, okay, well, might want to look a little deeper to who they are as a person.
True.
Yeah, and I mean, from the beginning, we unfortunately had that hashtag that was like boycott Dancing with the Stars.
I heard
Did
that.
at any point, first of all, did you read the comments? And secondly, was there ever a part where you're like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore, or where you're like, I'm going to prove them?
No, there was never a time when I wasn't going to do the show. I knew there was going to be some backlash when I did it, and we had prepared for it. I'm not sure that I prepared for as much and as soon.
They're crazy, those dance
but I
fans.
think
They're intense.
But you know, I tried to not look at a ton of it, and you know, a lot of it just made me stronger in the sense of going, all right, you know, let's go out there and even work harder, make it a better experience, and show people that, you know, we're having a good time, working hard, making progress, and it all worked.
It all
you did
worked.
that.
We're here at week 9.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's look. I just can't say enough about what Lindsay and then Jenna did. It's. I literally thought maybe 1, 2, tops 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I made it to the quarterfinals of this. And you look at how amazing the rest of the cast is that is still remaining and some of the folks that went home. It's because of the quality and caliber of these women.
Right.
They are amazing. It's not just about getting steps on a dance floor. There's a lot that goes on up here to get you mentally prepared. And, you know, up to the moment that I'm walking on that dance floor, it's breathe, get in the game, focus on me. And that getting in your head and getting you prepared is almost as important as knowing the steps. And both of these women have that down amazingly.
Well, I would agree with 100%. Jenna, you had to dance with Karama, who is 6'2".
Yeah.
Switching it up, dancing with Sean, who's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Just your experience
I did
having to
switch out
switch
some of my heels.
You were switching
Yeah, you
gears,
did.
like we call you like multi-purpose. Jenna, how was that for you?
It was awesome. Listen, I love dance, and I love to dance with a partner, and I love to teach as well. And so it was a great little challenge for me. I thought I was finished, and then last minute I got pulled in, and it was a great challenge for me, but it really got me fired up because I was like, this guy is sticking around for a reason. People want to see him do this.
They
And so
do.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to make him do this. There was a really great moment. Just barely, we had Foxtrot, and there's a very technical step called the feather step. And I'd been trying to teach this to Sean, and I wanted him to know the terminology. And one of the last days, he was like, oh, I messed up my feather step. And I just kind of sat back, and I was like, I think I'm gonna cry. He learned it.
Our baby's growing up.
He learned the feather step. I was just so proud. But no, it was really awesome.
Yeah.
You do realize that on that Saturday, it was, you know, you go to you rehearse all day Sunday. So that's when you go do the camera blocking, and you go on stage and they make sure everything. So Jenna stepped in Saturday afternoon ahead of a show. This wasn't like Tuesday or Wednesday, we had plenty of time. I mean, this...
Truly last minute.
Yeah, and getting me to that point by show day was unreal. There was not a moment that I had any degree of nerves or additional ones because of knowing that I was in such great hands.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Votes were a big deal when it comes to Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
There's a lot of back and forth with Carrie Ann, and just on social media that you had the president tweeting on your behalf. Do you think that helped?
Yes.
With the votes on the show?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the leader of the free world. He's got like 60 million people on social media that follow. And, so if you just get a fraction of them that do that, absolutely. Look at what my scores were.
Sure.
The only reason I was never in the bottom 2 in 9 weeks is because of the votes. Because people, and I think there's a variety of people. I mean, I bumped into someone at church. I talked to a guy on an airplane. All of them had different reasons. Some of them thought the journey was something that they could identify with. Some of them shared my political beliefs. Some of them just liked the idea of a guy that couldn't do this, but was willing to take a chance. And so there's a lot of different groups that were out there making this coalition up that got me through.
Coalition, I love it. A coalition.
Yeah.
Me too. The campaign.
Can't take
made
the
it
campaign.
too, I
And I
think.
will say, one of the greatest parts of doing this, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say it, is that we made this experience about more than just ourselves. The lime green shirt we auctioned off, raised $4,000 for the Independence Fund and Yellow Ribbon Fund. Every show we brought a caregiver and wounded soldiers to sit there in the audience and make it a date night for them. It's a real special time to see two people get a night to themselves to enjoy this and get to meet everyone on the show and know that you're making this experience more than just about you and yourself.
Is that the message you wanted America to see about you being on Dancing with the Stars?
I don't know. I didn't really have a particular message, but I just think more than anything, what I wanted to show people is that you can take this diverse group of people together, enjoy each other's company, and support each other. There's no rooting against somebody. I mean, I was last night when Kel knocked it out of the park and Allie. It's like I want them to do well. It is competitive, but it's about you. It's up to me to knock those steps down and to make my hips move or not. But I wanted every one of those people to do well. And last night, I would have loved to have gone on, but they made the right decision. Allie Brooke kicked butt last night, right?
She did.
And she should go on, and Lauren should have gone on. And so, as much as it hurts to not go on, because I really would have loved to bet in the semifinals, I got to admit that I've seen how hard they work and how good they are, and I'm glad the judges made the right decision.
Yeah.
That's beautiful to say.
It absolutely is. Will you continue dancing, Sean?
Absolutely. I'm negotiating going on tour right now.
Yes, Sean.
Well, listen, you have the president tweeting on your behalf. Did he give you any advice for being on the show? Like, Sean, like stand up straight or
No, not.
Did he give you any dance advice?
He did
I
not
like
give me
that.
any dance advice. He gave me a ton of his support. I talked to him last night, and he was very proud of how far we came.
Awesome.
So yeah, he stuck to advice and support.
Yeah, guys, grab a
love
beer and
that.
talk about Dancing with the
There you
Stars,
go.
right?
That's right.
There you go.
Okay, so the question I'm trying to figure out. I had the question I wanted to ask, and it totally slipped. But Des, go ahead. It totally left my mind. That happens in live television.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Well, Jenna, I do want to ask you, because there has been a lot of comparison about last season with Bobby Bones.
Yeah.
So had the judges not changed up this voting system where they have the judges save, I feel like you would have gone on. Would you agree with that?
I don't know because I also had I had Grocery Store Joe last season.
You did.
And so I had a similar experience where he did make it to the semifinals, and people were like,
Great personality.
Great personality, but he had a lot of support. So I don't know if maybe the judging system would have changed anything, but I actually enjoyed this. How the judges get to save people. I think it's really awesome. It is kind of crazy to see who ends up in the bottom 2 with the voters' votes. But I think it also adds a thrilling aspect of the show to see who they're going to pick or who they're going to save. Then you're like, I really hope I made them happy this season. Hopefully they're
raises
going to
the
say,
stakes,
right.
yeah.
I agree.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, it raises the stakes, but I also think it kind of just enhanced the show a little bit and changed things up. So
Yeah. And we needed that change. I mean, 28 seasons.
28
It's nice to
seasons.
have something refreshing.
Yeah.
We say every time we have a Slack channel, we're like text chain, like, oh my God, the season is just so suspenseful. What's going on?
It's like
What's going on?
mystery.
Listen,
You think about,
Everything's
what do you
a
think about
surprise.
us who have to stand there and wait for the name to get called? You
I
know?
know.
I know.
I mean,
Last-
truly, how nerve-wracking is that?
There's nothing worse than elimination.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is because for me anyway, knowing what my scores were each night, I knew that it was going to have to be votes, and the question was how many did we get tonight? And so
Right.
every time it was, let's see how many people voted. It wasn't. It's different. If I had gotten tens each time, it would be a little. Probably feel a little bit better.
Right.
But knowing what my scores were, it was going okay.
You always handled it gracefully too. You always
Yeah.
watching Sean. It was always like it is what it is, and there's always such an overwhelming sense of gratitude that came from you. And in addition to all the other contestants, but because you had scores that were not as favorable as others. But yeah, you took your lashings in stride. Sean, what is next for you?
Well, my business partners are happy that I'm coming back. There's a few clients that. I'm going to continue. I do political work and strategic consulting. I've got a couple of media things that are in the works, but I did this as a one-off to have fun and enjoy myself, learn something new, meet great people, and so I get to go back and spend some time with my family for once.
There you go.
Yeah.
And get back to business.
You mentioned media, Sean. I had heard from an inkling that you may be coming to daytime television.
Any truth to this?
There's nothing to announce at this time.
Okay.
So with nothing to announce, but if Sean Spicer could have a daytime television show, what would that look like?
You guys have an opening? Is there is there a slot?
I mean, Jenna's been here week after week.
Jenna,
I know,
you're the
guys.
parking spot downstairs, Jenna.
Thank you so much. I'll take it.
I like I said, I didn't anticipate this coming into my life and doing what it did. So I take every day one step at a time, kind of like how I did every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see what comes next.
Yeah, Sean Spicer, Jenna Johnson.
Yeah. Thank
Wow,
you. Thanks for having
great
us.
time on Dancing with the Stars. Thank you guys for coming through, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Dancing with the Stars airs Mondays at 8, 7 Central on ABC. All the best and happy holidays.
Thank you.